Hello, you are welcome to today's class. My name is Dr. Isagboyin Henry. We are continuing our series on human nutrition and we are looking at lesson note 38, low protein diet. Lesson note 38, low protein diet. Now, we shall be discussing the definition and indications, and then we'll look at the clinical uses on this slide. Now, in terms of definition and indication, a low protein diet involves reducing protein intake below standard nutritional recommendation. Take note of the word below the standard nutritional recommendation, which is typically less than 0.6 to 0.8 gram per kilogram of body weight per day. It is generally prescribed for individuals whose kidneys or liver are not functioning optimally, as these organs are responsible for processing protein waste. So, it is also indicated as a treatment for patients whose kidney or liver are not functioning optimally. Let's look at the clinical uses. We have renal disease. Low protein diet is used in cases of liver diseases. We have low protein diet being used, and also metabolic disorders. In renal disease, it's just clearly patients with chronic kidney diseases. And why do we do that? So that we can reduce the workload on the kidney. And that way you can limit protein breakdown and the associated production of nitrogen waste, which I explained earlier on when we were talking about the high protein diet in lesson 37. The next one is on liver disorders. Conditions like cirrhosis of the liver or liver failure will necessitate a low protein diet so that it can minimize the production of ammonia, and a byproduct of protein metabolism that liver may be unable to detoxify effectively, because when ammonia is increasingly produced, this byproduct of protein metabolism faced with the liver may become a challenge, because the liver is meant to detoxify. And so it will not have the strength. It will have a challenge of detoxifying the huge level of waste, including ammonia. And so taking a low protein diet is essential for people with liver disorders as well as metabolic disorders too. Cases like phenylketonuria and also diseases that has to do with metabolic disorders, which is involved in genetic disorders here. These persons will have to be very strict on the control of their protein intake. Very important. So let's continue on the types of low protein diets. You have the vegetarian or plant-based diet. Those are the types we've talked about it, not the animal protein. And you also have the specialized products. That's prescription of low protein foods, formulas tailored for renal or liver diseases. You can also put them together in preparation, like I told you, of the casein and others. Now, low protein diet can be used as a nutritional adjustment, for caloric intake. That will compensate for reduced protein in the system. And these diets may be higher in fat or carbohydrates to maintain energy balance. Also, in cases of amino acid supplementation, to prevent malnutrition, amino acid may be supplemented to ensure the body's essential needs are met without overwhelming the liver or kidneys. So those are the nutritional adjustments that is used in cases where you have reduced protein and then there's a need to compensate. So that's. Now for challenges, maintaining adequate nutritional support, particularly for muscle mass, while reducing protein intake can be a concern, because you have, the need to keep the nutritional support intact, particularly for patients who have muscle mass, and they want to build their muscles by constant exercises. And at the same time, they have to reduce protein intake. So there's a need to adequately balance the nutritional support. Very important. And it has to be maintained adequately so that the other part does not become deficient. One of the challenges also is about monitoring for signs of deficiency in essential amino acids or other nutrients, because it may be limited in a low protein diet. Yeah. So when this occurs, when this issue of limited low protein diet occurs, it will be very difficult to say you want to assess or you want to check, to examine for the signs of deficiency in amino acids or other nutrients, because in the first place there's a low protein diet. So, and these are but the precursors that will help to build, the essential amino acids and nutrients in the system. So when it is low, you will find it very difficult to evaluate or to find out or to see the signs of deficiency. This is very important. So we've come to an end of this lecture. The nitty-gritties have been talked about on low protein diet. Remember to ask your questions on the Google Classroom, and also don't forget, take time out to read, from the e-textbook, and also as much as possible, take time out to copy your notes and take summaries. Once again, my name is Dr. Esabo Henry. I'll see you in the next class.